The Competition Commission says the increase in food prices is unjustifiable. In its essential food price monitoring report, the Commission found some questionable pricing in the value chain. There were significant price increases in food items such as bread, cooking oil and milk. From January to December 2022, the price of white and brown bread increased by 20% and 19% respectively. We're now joined by Mervyn, Abraham's Program Coordinator at the Pietermaritzburg Economic Justice and Dignity Group. Thank you very much, Mervyn, for your time this afternoon. Given that this is the 8th such report looking at these matters, does this still come as a surprise?
So good afternoon to Dizelle and good afternoon to all your viewers. We welcome the Competition Commission's latest inquiry and latest report. It does not come as a surprise to Dizelle because for years we have said that it is the food value chain in South Africa is not transparent. We know what the farmers sell, for instance, wheat or potatoes at from the farm gate. We know and we can record, and we do have the records of what it is being sold for in the retail store. But in the value chain between these two ends, no one seems to know what is going on. No one seems to know exactly where these increases are reflected and whether those increases are justified or not. And we believe that the time has come for the Competition Commission to do exactly as they say they will and investigate it to see, because in other parts of the world and in South Africa too, we know that as soon as the regulator begins to shine light on that value chain, we suddenly see prices begin to drop. And we might very well see the same situation in a month or two from now.
Who stands to benefit in all of this? It may seem obvious, but who stands to benefit if the status quo remains the same? Every year we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think the Competition Commission, and I am not saying exactly that there is unjustifiable increases in the system. What we're saying is that we should investigate it. And so the question remains open. And one of the reasons for it is that the price of wheat, the price of maize, all those prices have come down significantly from the highs after the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And yet in South Africa, we continue to see price increases. I mean, you've mentioned price increases, and they reflect differently across different parts of South Africa. But across our basket, where we track, a 30 kg of maize meal is now 26% more expensive than it was a year ago. The same applies to cake flour, that is about 20% more expensive. So we really have to get these answers because South Africans just cannot afford any more food price increases.
Yeah, Mervyn, you always take a look at the food basket and outlining just how much it would cost for not only basics but healthy, nutritious food to land on somebody's table. We also speak about the nutrition of children to stave off stunted growth. And so if we do not get a handle on this situation, what do you perceive? Because it does sound as though it is unsustainable. What do you perceive then the future looks like where this is concerned?
So, Duduzile, the future will continue to look bleak. It is already very bleak. Just as an example, so we have 44 very basic foods: maize meal, bread, potatoes, onions, a little bit of chicken, soups, etc. in our basket. And already the cost of our basket this month stands at 4,966 Rand. That is an increase of 516 Rand or 11.6% over the past year. When we look, for instance, at the national minimum wage, it was increased by 9.6%. So a wage will bring in something in the region of about 4,400. And already the cost of this basket is greater. So the result is that households are eating less. They are eating less nutritious food, as you've mentioned. So the country will pay for it in higher stunted child growth. And so these children cannot benefit from the educational investments we make in our schools. We will have more disease. They will be more open to having to go to clinics, etc. We will spend more on the healthcare service in the country, and we will suffer the consequences of lower economic growth, because when these children come through the system and they enter the workforce, they will not be able to enter the workforce in a position where they can really use the ingenuity and skills in terms of the new economy that is developing. And so then we are just back again to intergenerational poverty traps. So we really have to resolve that now, and so we're happy that the Competition Commission is beginning to shed some light on what is going on with food prices.
Mervyn, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Mervyn Abrahams is the Program Coordinator at the Pietermaritzburg Economic Justice and Dignity Group.